What's up guys, it's Josh back with another video and welcome to the KeepItTechie channel where we make learning Linux fun and accessible for everyone. And today I got an exciting topic for you, and that's how to use Elevate to upgrade your RHEL-based operating system to the next major release. So whether you're running CentOS, Alma, RHEL-Linux, or any other RHEL-based distro, Elevate makes the process smooth and straightforward. So let's dive in and get your system up to date. Now, before we jump in, I want to highlight that CentOS 7 has reached its end of life, and this means that it will no longer receive updates or support, making it crucial to upgrade to a newer supported version to keep your system secure and up to date. And today I'll be using CentOS 7 for our demonstration to show you exactly how to upgrade to a newer version using Elevate. Alright, so I'm at the wiki for AlmaLinux. They are the developers of Elevate. And so they have a quick start guide that I want to show you guys, at least so you can get a better understanding of how Elevate works. And of course, I'll have this link down in the description of the video. But I don't know how many upgrades you guys have done, but in the past, upgrading your operating system, your server, can be a daunting task. But it's essential for keeping your system secure and getting access to the latest features and improvements. Now, Elevate, like I stated, is designed to handle these tasks with ease, supporting one-step upgrades from several RHEL-based systems like CentOS 7 to Alma 8, RHEL-Linux 8, and more. And I wanted to scroll down and show you guys on the site, this is the upgrade path. So you can go from CentOS 6 to CentOS 7 using Elevate, and you can go from 7 to all these different distros. You can even go back to CentOS Stream if you wanted to, or install CentOS Stream 8 if you want to. I would recommend either AlmaLinux or Oracle or RHEL. All of these are good options. And as you can see, you can go all the way up to 9 with the Alma, RHEL, and EuroLinux. But the process is very straightforward. And one of the best things about Elevate is that it supports various third-party repositories. And that's what's listed right here. So you got EPEL, Immunify, Kernel Care, MarianDB, Nginx, and PostgreSQL. And this flexibility ensures that your upgrade process won't disrupt any of the additional software and services you rely on. Now, remember, it's always good practice to test the upgrades in a sandbox environment before applying it to your production environment. And that's the same thing I implement in my home lab. I do the exact same thing. I'll create a test environment or a sandbox environment to run through the upgrade or whatever I'm doing. And then once I see all the intricate details or the errors I may run into, then I'll go down and move over to the production once I figure out how to fix those errors and all that stuff. And of course, you gotta make sure you have backups and snapshots of your systems just in case anything goes wrong. So now, let me walk you guys through the entire upgrade process using Elevate. All right, so I'm logged into my CentOS 7 virtual machine, and let me show you guys the release right fast. And what you need in order to run through this process is a fully upgraded system. But let me show you guys what I got right now in this copy that I have. And let's type release and press enter. As you can see, it's CentOS Linux 7, release 7.7, 1908 core. And this was like an ISO I downloaded a long time ago. Right now, you can't really get an ISO for CentOS. Like I said, all the repositories shut down. So you really can't, even if you install it, it's looking for those repositories and you won't be able to update the system. So you have to switch it to another repository. And one thing AlmaLinux has done, they have created a clone of the repository for you to use to do the upgrade. That way you can update the system. It's fully updated. You can install the packages that you need in order to run through this full install. So I'm gonna lay that out to you in a second, but I just wanted to at least show you the release. Like I said, it's CentOS 7, and that's what I'm logged into. So let's go down and clear. And like I stated, the first thing you need is an upgraded system. If you have access to the repository already or to a repository already, then you want to run your upgrades or updates on the system. So updates, that's why. And as you'll see, I won't have access to those CentOS repositories when I run it right fast. It'll basically time out. So yeah, it basically says, see, check it out. This will say one of the configured repositories failed, unknown, and Yum does not have enough cache data to continue. So pretty much it can't resolve those CentOS repositories. And as you can see right here, it says base 7. So that's CentOS 7. Now, let me show you guys how to add Alma's repository right fast. I'm gonna just paste it in there, but I'll also put this in the description of the video, and hopefully I get this stuff on my website pretty soon so you guys can copy and paste. All right, so let's go on and press enter, but this is a curl command. It's basically gonna add that repo from AlmaLinux. As you can see, it'll replace the current repo with the Alma repo. And now we can run our upgrade again. So sudo yum, let's run upgrades and press enter. Now go through, it'll upgrade the system. And we might run into a lot of packages because I believe this system is behind. It's behind a lot actually. So yeah, 180 packages it'll go through and install and upgrade on the system. And like I said, you want to make sure you upgrade the system fully before you run this elevate package on your server. Otherwise it'll fail on you. But I'll be back when this finishes. All right, cool. So our updates are complete on the system. So I'm gonna have to reboot and I'll come back when it comes back up. All right, so our system is back up. And the reason we had to reboot because there were some kernel upgrades. So you wanna make sure you got the right kernel running and all that good stuff. Next, we need to install the elevate release package, which includes the necessary repositories and GPG keys. And I just pasted in there. Like I said, I'm gonna have to come up with a way to get this to you guys, but basically sudo yum install, and then it's the repo, and let's go on type in our password right fast, the latest repo, GPG keys, all that stuff. It'll go through and add that to the system for us so we can install elevate. All right, so that was pretty quick. And now we need to install the leap package, the appropriate leap package. So if we type sudo yum and then install, and we can type that -y in there again, and then we need to install leap -upgrade. That's one of the packages we need to install. So leap and then upgrade, and then also you need to, like I said, install the appropriate leap package based on the operating system you're upgrading to. So we need to type leap, and what I'm gonna do is the Alma upgrade, but there are multiple packages in there. And let me switch back over to the browser right fast. So if we scroll down a little bit, it breaks it down. You can use all these different operating systems to upgrade from. And so you need to specify which package you want to install. We're installing the Leap Data AlmaLinux, and then they have the CentOS one. They got the EuroLinux, Oracle, Rocky. So you can upgrade to any of them from CentOS. You don't have to just go with Alma. You don't have to go with Rocky. You don't have to go with CentOS, EuroLinux. You can go with whichever one you want out of it. So let's switch back over to the terminal and type in the one we want, which is tech AlmaLinux. And let's go and press enter. It'll go through, add those packages to the system for us so we can do the upgrade. And it shouldn't take too long. It's only in like a couple packages, 37 packages, so we're good to go. And boom, we are done. So all those packages are installed. So let's go to clear. But before performing the actual upgrade, we need to run a pre-upgrade check. And this will identify any potential issues that we may run into. So let's go on and show you guys how to do that. But it's simple command sudo, and then we've been using that leap command. And then there's a command called pre-upgrade. And actually, let me go back a little bit so I can show you guys this in case you need some help. So you can always go to the man page for Leap. This will break down the upgrade. It says command line interface for upgrades between major OS releases or versions. You can type the commands down here, and it has all the options like the version you're using, pre-command. So this will generate that pre-upgrade report, which is what we're gonna run. That's what I was talking about. And then there's an option for the upgrade itself, and then the answer. And I'll show you guys that once we run into it. But you got a whole bunch of things you can do with the Leap command, and I just wanted to show you guys how to get some help so you can get a better understanding of it. All right, so let's type sudo and then leap and then pre-upgrade, and let's go down and press enter. Now this will take a little time, so I'm gonna skip ahead as well on this, but this will do pretty much everything that will happen when you run the upgrade. It'll go through and check everything on the system, and then another thing about it, it will spit out 2 reports, and those reports are located under your var directory, and I'll go there once we see it. Once we get everything upgraded on the system, we'll go there and check it out. And then actually after this runs as well, because you want to check this before running the full upgrade, because there may be some issues that can prevent you from actually upgrading to whatever version that you're running into. And it's important that you guys review this and try to fix those issues if you can before running the upgrade. So we ran through the pre-upgrade, and like I said, it'll spit out a couple reports for you. There's a JSON file, the leap report, and then there's a text file as well. And then also there is a upgrade inhibitor, and that's something you need to look out for. And I'll show you guys that. The inhibitor missing required answer in the answer file. I'll show you guys how to do that right fast, but we can go in and find out how to do that within the report. So let's clear right fast and let's run sudo cats. And let's check out that file right fast. So it's var log, and then there is a leap directory. And sorry about that, I'm so used to hitting tab and the auto completion is not on here, so that's why I keep doing that. But anyway, / and then there is the leap tech reports.txt and press enter. And then let's type in our sudo password because it's owned by root. But we can scroll back and forth through this, and your issues at the top are going to be the high issues. Answering yes to that file that we see in the inhibitor, missing required answer in the answer file. So you just want to confirm yes, and you can actually copy this command right here. So leap answer, because that is an option with the leap command. And you just type sudo in front of it, answer, and then this is the section that we want to answer right fast. We're just basically changing that to true. So let's go sudo and then paste that command in here and press enter. So we got that one fixed, that inhibitor fixed. So we shouldn't have an issue with it stopping. But I just wanted to show you guys a few of the things that are in here you may want to look into and find a fix. If you have a server that's been sitting around for a while, you want to go through and check out all these issues that are in here that could cause problems and see if you could correct them before running the upgrade. And the higher up on the list, the risk factor is high. So like for instance, this second one right here, package from unknown repository. That's because we're using that Alma repository. So don't worry about it. That's why it says please file a bug at redhat.com. You don't want to do that. This is that leap repository. It's basically saying that won't be upgraded. So don't worry about it. It's not a signed repository or from Red Hat. And then the next thing, here we go. Grub core will be updated during the upgrade. So it's basically just giving you a warning of that high that you may run into issues. And I'll show you guys once we get to that port as well. Now right here is basically all those packages for leap. They're saying hi, these packages won't be upgraded because they're not signed by Red Hat. So these packages are on the system, but they're not signed by Red Hat, obviously because they're created by AlmaLinux, which is fine. And then different Python versions. Then we go down here in the medium, we got SSH configuration. It will automatically modify the permit root login. So we can leave that, that's fine. Let's see what else here. Postfix, which I'm not using postfix at all. Postfix MySQL database client. So basically we'll have to go in and make these changes if you use a MySQL, which we're not. I don't have any of that installed on here. SE Linux, so you'll see warnings for that, but the warnings are low. All the low ones you can skip, but you definitely want to review all of this. This could cause errors during the upgrade, and you may run into an issue that you probably can't solve when it takes down your server, which certain services that you need still up. All right, so we fixed that one issue, but let's go on it. Let me fix something else so that I know the SSH fix. We can do that fast. So all we have to do is type echo, and then I believe it's permits root login, and yes. And then we want to, let's use T. So let's go sudo T-A for pin, and then etc SSH, and then our SSH d_config, and that'll write out permit root login to yes, and that should fix that other problem that we saw in there in the report. All right, now so let's go through and run the upgrade. Once you got all your issues solved during that pre-upgrade check, then we can go down and proceed to the upgrade like I stated. So let's go down clear, let's type sudo, and the command is leap and then upgrade, and it'll go through pretty much the same process it did through the pre-checks. But when we do the reboot, I'm gonna switch over to the actual virtual machine so you can see a little bit of the upgrade that's going on over there as well. So let's go down and press enter, and the also start the upgrade process. And so I come back when it's finished. We ain't gotta watch this all the way through. You guys seen a little bit when I ran the pre-upgrade, but it's basically gonna go through and do all the checks and then proceed through the upgrade. Now this is one thing I wanted to show you guys. It's still going, but what it's doing is creating the upgrade init RAM file system, or FS. And this is what it'll use when we reboot the system. It'll boot into that and then do all the upgrades there. So you guys will see it. It'll, when I switch over to the console or the virtual machine that I got, you'll see the second step in the process when we reboot, so it can fully upgrade the system, replace all the packages, repositories, and all that good stuff. So I'll be back when this finishes. All right, so it completed. You can check out the reports. I'm not gonna check out the reports because it basically did exactly what we did last time except for those fixes, but it's recommended that you check out the reports, go in, look at the text files to check out those reports. But right now it's to the point where it's gonna upgrade, because as you can see, it added an upgrade boot entry. So it'll drop down into the init RAM file system that it created for Leap, and this will continue the upgrade process. And like I said, I just want to go through everything so you guys can see the process, but at least, and then go through and make sure you fix everything that's popping up as far as issues or inhibitors or whatever. So let's go down and reboot. And all we have to do is type sudo reboots. And then, like I said, I'm gonna switch over to my virtual machine so you guys can at least see it starts. So let's go down and switch over there now. All right, as you can see, it'll pop up elevate, upgrade, init RAM file system. So it'll boot into that. And I know the size is a little off, but you'll start seeing it pop up with these containers, spawning containers. So sysroot, press enter 3 times within 1 second to kill the container, but you don't want to do that. You want to let it go. Just let it go, and it'll finish when we get to, it'll basically boot up once it finishes. It's like I said, this is going to take a little while, so I'm gonna let this run and I'll come back when it finishes. And I just wanted to come back right fast so you guys can see that all the packages are being upgraded. You'll see AlmaLinux or whatever distro you decided to use, RHEL-based distro. So if it's Rocky, it'll show like Rocky Linux 8 base and all the upgrades to those packages that are going through on the system. All right, so it basically finished and booted up. I walked away from it, but it basically gives you out another report that you can check out in this location under var log. And let me switch over to back to my terminal and SSH into this server so you guys can see that it's fully complete. So let's go on and log in right fast and let's clear. And I'm not gonna look at those reports. I'm gonna just show you guys that it has been upgraded. So if we type cats and then we can go to our E, and then what's that, Red Hat release, press enter, boom, we got 8.10 and it's AlmaLinux. And then also we can check out the OS level. Let's go back in here, 8.10, we're good to go. And let's check out our kernel version right fast. And right now it also shows you the end of life of 8 Alma 8. It's supported to 2029, so it's best to go down and do that for any CentOS 7 servers you may have out there in your home lab or something to that effect. But let's check out the kernel right fast. So let's go uname -a. I just want to see what kernel it is just for my sake. And we got 4.18, so that's good. And let's run a update right fast. Or actually, let me show you guys something else right fast. Let's clear. One thing you can do is check to see if there are any leftover packages from, let's say, CentOS 7. You can run the RPM command and then -q for query and then A. And then let's grep this right fast. Let's grep for any packages that have EL7 in them. And let's press enter, and that'll go through and find out what packages that are still on here. And so you can go through and remove those. Most of them are elite. You know what I'm saying, the Leap app, but they also have an old kernel on here, 3.10. So you can remove that off the system as well. And like I said, you can review those logs. It's best to look at the full upgrade log. This is something that I recommend you guys do. So let's just type sudo cat, and then let's look at our var log and then Leap. And then there is that Leap tech upgrade.log. And press enter, and I'll go through and show you the log. And this is something you definitely want to review. You want to go through and just see what all it did on the system. So this logs everything that Leap did during the upgrade process. And then also you can look at that report as well. So Leap report.txt, check that out and go through that. and check this out all the way through. Let you know what other issues that are still there. Some of the stuff has been removed, like for instance, I believe there was the SSH one earlier, but we fixed that before we did the upgrade, but it's not there anymore, obviously. And then you got your risks up here, and that inhibitor that we had as well in the beginning is not there either, because we fixed that before we ran the upgrade. And so as you can see, upgrading your RHEL-based system with Elevate is super simple. And I hope you found this walkthrough helpful and that you're feeling more confident about keeping your system up to date. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any future tutorials. And as always, if you have any question or run into any issues, make sure you drop a comment down below. And there's also the AlmaLinux chat migration channel that you guys can check out as well for more help if you need it. So thanks for watching, and until next time, keep it techie.